Hi, everyone. I'm Jack, and welcome to the show. Today, we're talking about something that can be a challenge for everyone, especially if you're learning English. We're talking about overthinking. Have you ever felt like your thoughts were kind of stuck on repeat? Maybe you worry about the same things over and over again. To help us learn more about this, I'm talking with Elena. She knows a lot about how our minds work.
Hello, everyone.
It can be really helpful to understand overthinking. It can help us feel less worried and more confident. So, Elena, can you explain what overthinking is?
Overthinking is when our mind gets stuck. It's like a song that keeps playing again and again in your head. We might worry about things from the past. We might think about things that could go wrong in the future. Sometimes it feels like our mind is full of different worries all at once.
Yeah, that makes sense. And I think English learners might overthink a lot. Maybe you're worried about making mistakes in English. Maybe you're scared to speak in front of other people. Those worries can make it hard to learn. It's like trying to study with a lot of noise around you. You can't focus.
That's a good comparison. Our brains want to help us. They try to solve problems. But sometimes our brains get stuck on the problem. It's like trying to untangle a knot by pulling on it harder and harder. It only makes the knot tighter. Overthinking can make us feel tired and stressed. It can even make us feel sad.
So it's like we're working against ourselves.
Yes. We can stop ourselves from trying new things. We might be too scared to try speaking English. We might miss opportunities to learn and grow.
Why do we overthink? What makes this happen?
There are a few reasons. One big reason is fear. We worry about failing. We worry about what other people will think of us. This fear can make us feel stuck.
Like when you have a job interview.
Yeah.
You might be so worried about doing well that you can't think clearly.
Yes, and for English learners, it might be giving a presentation in class or ordering food at a restaurant.
Yeah, that feeling of being scared can make it really hard to speak, even if you know the words.
Another reason we overthink is because we want to make the perfect decision. We might think about every single option. We worry about making the wrong choice.
Sometimes we get stuck thinking about all the choices. It can feel impossible to choose. Like when you're at a restaurant and you can't decide what to eat.
I think that happens to everyone sometimes. It can be harder in a new language and culture. You might not know all the choices.
And overthinking doesn't just affect us, it can affect our relationships too.
That's right. We might worry about what other people are thinking. We might imagine problems that aren't really there.
Like if you get a text message and you think about all the possible meanings.
We can make up stories in our heads. These stories can cause problems in our relationships.
So we've learned a little about what overthinking is, and we've learned why it happens. But how can we stop it? Our listeners want to know how to stop overthinking. They want to feel confident speaking English.
There are many things you can do. One important thing is to change your mindset.
What do you mean by mindset?
It's how you think about things. It's your attitude. It's how you see the world. We need to find a new way to think about our thoughts.
Okay, how can we do that?
One way is to focus on what we have. We can focus on the good things in our lives instead of worrying about what we don't have. This is called an abundance mindset.
So instead of saying, I'm not good at English, you can say, I am learning new words every day.
Exactly. You can change your thoughts from negative to positive. This can make you feel more confident and hopeful.
I like that. It's like looking for the good things instead of the bad things.
Another important thing to remember is that everything changes. Nothing stays the same forever. This is called impermanence.
Impermanence, what does that mean?
It means that our feelings change, our worries change, even our mistakes change. Nothing is permanent.
So even if we are feeling worried right now, it won't last forever.
That's right, the feeling will pass. It's helpful to remember this when you are learning English. You will make mistakes, but you will also learn from them.
Okay, that's helpful. So we've talked about changing our mindset.
Yeah.
But what are some practical things we can do to stop overthinking? What can we do when we feel those worries coming up?
There are many things you can try. One simple thing is journaling.
What is journaling?
It means writing down your thoughts and feelings in a notebook. When you write down your worries, you can start to understand them better.
So just writing about our worries can help us.
Yes. You can ask yourself, why am I worried about this? Yeah, keep asking why until you find the root of the problem.
So we keep asking why until we understand the real reason we are worried. And this can be helpful for English learners too, right? It can help us practice writing in English.
Absolutely. Journaling is a great way to practice your writing skills. It's also a safe space to explore your thoughts and feelings about learning English.
That's a great idea. What other techniques can we try?
Another helpful technique is to create a worry period.
A worry period, what does that mean?
It means choosing a specific time each day to worry. It could be for 15 minutes or 20 minutes. During that time, you allow yourself to worry about anything you want.
So we're giving ourselves permission to worry, but only during that time.
Yes. The rest of the day, you can gently remind yourself, I will worry about this later during my worry period.
I see. It's like creating a special box for our worries. We can put them in the box and deal with them later.
It helps you feel more in control of your day. It stops your worries from taking over your thoughts all the time.
Okay, I like that. So we can try journaling and having a worry period. What else can we do?
Another important thing is to take action. Don't just think about your worries. Do something about them.
So instead of just thinking, I'm bad at English, I should study English.
Exactly. Break down your big worries into smaller steps. This can make them feel less scary.
And that's good advice for anything, right? Not just learning English. If you have a big project to do, it can feel overwhelming. But if you break it down into smaller steps, it feels easier.
You are right. Small steps can lead to big changes.
So we've talked about changing our mindset. We've talked about journaling, having a worry period, and taking action. Are there other things we can do to stop overthinking? What if we're stuck in our thoughts and we can't seem to get out?
Sometimes we need to distract ourselves. We need to get out of our heads and focus on something else.
What can we do to distract ourselves?
There are many things you can do. You can spend time with people you love. You can do a hobby that you enjoy. You can go for a walk in nature. You can listen to music.
So if I'm feeling stressed about English, I should take a break from studying. I should do something I enjoy.
Yes. Taking breaks can help you feel more relaxed. It can help you come back to your studies with fresh energy.
That makes sense.
Yeah.
It's like when you're reading a book and you get tired. You need to take a break and come back to it later. What else can we do to feel better?
Don't forget about the power of gratitude.
Gratitude.
Gratitude means being thankful for the good things in your life. When you focus on what you are grateful for, you feel happier.
What are some things we can be grateful for?
You can be grateful for your health. You can be grateful for your family and friends. You can be grateful for the opportunity to learn English.
So even if I'm having a hard time learning English, I can be grateful for the chance to learn.
Yes. Every step in your language journey is a gift. Even the mistakes.
Okay, I like that. So we've talked about distracting ourselves and being grateful. Is there anything else we can do to stop overthinking? What if we feel really stuck?
Remember that you are not alone. Talking to someone can help.
Who should we talk to?
You can talk to a friend, you can talk to a family member, you can talk to a teacher or a therapist.
And for English learners, you can talk to a language partner or a tutor.
Yes. Talking to someone who understands your challenges can be very helpful. They can offer support and advice. They can help you see things from a new perspective.
That's good advice. It's important to remember that we don't have to do this alone.
Now, if you're feeling really brave, there's a technique from Stoic philosophy that can be helpful. It's called voluntary discomfort.
Voluntary discomfort. That sounds a little scary. What does that mean?
It's about choosing to do things that are outside of your comfort zone.
Can you give us some examples?
Sure, it could be taking a cold shower or trying a new food that you've never had before. It could be talking to someone you don't know.
So for English learners, it could be trying to have a conversation with a native speaker, even if you're feeling nervous.
That's a great example. Each time you do something that makes you feel uncomfortable, you learn that you can handle it. It helps you build confidence.
It's like practicing for a difficult situation. The more you practice, the less scared you feel.
And as you get more comfortable with discomfort, you will overthink less.
You know, that reminds me of something else we talked about. We talked about how nothing stays the same.
You're talking about impermanence. It's a very important idea.
Our worries are temporary. Our successes are temporary. Our failures are temporary. Everything changes.
That's right. Remembering this can help us worry less.
So when we're overthinking, we're focusing on the problem. We're not thinking about the bigger picture.
Yes, we might be giving too much importance to our worries that won't even matter in a few weeks or months.
So if we can remember that this feeling is temporary, we can stop wasting energy on it. We can use that energy to do something positive.
Exactly. We can use that energy to learn English, to connect with others, to enjoy our lives.
This has been really helpful, Elena. Thank you for sharing your knowledge with us. I know our listeners are getting a lot out of this. But now I want to talk to our listeners. Which of these strategies are you going to try? What is one small step you can take today to stop overthinking? Remember, even small actions can make a big difference. Keep practicing your English. Keep believing in yourself. And don't let overthinking stop you from reaching your goals. Now, Elena talked about a few techniques to stop overthinking. One of those techniques was journaling. Journaling is a great way to understand your thoughts and feelings. It can also help you practice writing in English. Here are some tips for journaling. First, find a quiet place where you won't be interrupted. Second, choose a notebook and pen that you enjoy using. It doesn't have to be anything fancy. Third, set a timer for 10 or 15 minutes. This will help you stay focused. Now start writing. Write about anything that comes to mind. You can write about your day. You can write about your worries. You can write about your dreams. Don't worry about making mistakes. Just write whatever feels right. When the timer goes off, stop writing. Read over what you wrote. See if you can notice any patterns in your thinking. Journaling can be a powerful tool for personal growth. It can help you become more aware of your thoughts and feelings. It can help you identify negative thought patterns, and it can help you develop a more positive outlook on life. Another technique that Elena talked about was creating a worry period. This is a time that you set aside each day to worry. It might sound strange, but it can be very helpful. It allows you to control your worries instead of letting them control you. Here's how to create a worry period. First, choose a time each day that works for you. It could be in the morning. It could be in the evening. It could be during your lunch break. Second, choose a place where you can be alone and undisturbed. Third, set a timer for 15 or 20 minutes. Now, during your worry period, allow yourself to worry about anything you want. Think about all the things that are stressing you out. Don't try to stop your worries. Just let them come. When the timer goes off, stop worrying. Close your eyes and take a few deep breaths. Tell yourself that you will deal with these worries later if you need to. The rest of the day, try to focus on other things. If you start to feel worried, remind yourself that you have a worry period scheduled. You can write down your worries and save them for later. Creating a worry period can help you feel more in control of your thoughts. It can help you reduce anxiety and stress. It can also help you get a better night's sleep. Now, Elena also talked about the importance of taking action. Sometimes we get stuck in our heads because we're afraid to do anything. We're afraid of making mistakes. We're afraid of failing. But taking action is the best way to overcome fear. The more you do something, the less scary it becomes. If you're learning English, the best way to improve is to practice speaking. Talk to native speakers as often as you can. Don't be afraid to make mistakes. Everyone makes mistakes when they're learning a new language. The important thing is to keep practicing. Elena also talked about the importance of gratitude. Gratitude is a powerful emotion. It can help us feel happier and more content. It can also help us stop overthinking. When we're feeling grateful, it's hard to focus on our worries. We're too busy appreciating all the good things in our lives. There are many ways to practice gratitude. One simple way is to keep a gratitude journal. Each day, write down 3 things that you're grateful for. They can be big things or small things. For example, you might be grateful for your family. You might be grateful for your health. You might be grateful for a sunny day. Taking a few minutes each day to focus on what you're grateful for can make a big difference in your life. It can help you feel happier. It can help you feel more positive, and it can help you stop overthinking. Finally, Elena talked about the importance of talking to someone. If you're feeling overwhelmed by your worries, it can be helpful to talk to someone you trust. It could be a friend. It could be a family member. It could be a therapist. Talking to someone can help you see things from a new perspective. They can offer support and advice. They can help you feel less alone. If you're learning English, you can talk to a language partner or a tutor. They can understand the challenges you're facing. They can help you find ways to overcome those challenges. It's important to remember that you're not alone in this journey. There are people who care about you and want to help you succeed. So we've covered a lot of ground today. We've talked about what overthinking is, why we do it, and how to stop it. We've talked about specific techniques like journaling, creating a worry period, taking action, practicing gratitude, and talking to someone. I hope you found this helpful. Now I want to leave you with one final thought. Remember that you have the power to control your thoughts. You don't have to let overthinking control your life. You can choose to focus on the positive. You can choose to take action. You can choose to be grateful. You can choose to connect with others. By making these choices, you can create a happier and more fulfilling life. Thanks for listening, everyone, and thank you, Elena, for sharing your expertise with us today. I hope you learned some helpful tips for stopping overthinking. And remember, the best way to improve your English is to keep practicing. Talk to people, listen to podcasts, read books, and watch movies. The more you immerse yourself in the language, the better you will become. Until next time, keep learning and keep growing. You are stronger than you think. You can do anything you set your mind to. Thanks for listening, everyone. And thank you, Elena, for sharing your expertise with us today. I hope you learned some helpful tips for stopping overthinking. And remember, the best way to improve your English is to keep practicing. Talk to people, listen to podcasts, read books, and watch movies. The more you immerse yourself in the language, the better you will become. Until next time, keep learning and keep growing.